Hello, my name's Dwayne. I'm Senior Design Engineer here at DIFCO Limited. I want to talk to you today about the DIFCO All-Star Screening Bucket. I want to take you through some of the unique points. So this is our 7 to 10 bucket. It ranges from 7 to 10 ton excavators. So first off, screening bucket needs a lot of power. In the smaller range of buckets, we use a single high torque motor, which is encased within the bucket. This means that it won't get damaged in everyday use, and all the hydraulic systems are hidden behind steel, so everything's protected. We also use a bleed line for all our motors, but this runs into the hydraulics line, which means that you only have to have 2 pipes going back to the excavator or loader. So a standard hammer line can be used on any excavator. So the reason we use a bleed line is that whenever you stop the stars very quickly with the digger, there's nowhere for the oil pressure to go, so the bleed line takes the oil pressure away from the motor so that you don't blow out your nose seal on the motor. This stops downtime, it keeps you running, and it is a massive safety feature and standard in all of our buckets. So the next point I want to talk about is our bearings and single point greasing system. So in the past, the bearings would have been inside the bucket and this choked material flow. So as you can see, the space at the back of the bucket leaves that material can flow freely from the front to the back, and there's nothing out the back to stop the material flow. We've tucked the bearings and we've moved them inside this case. So inside this case we have the bearings, all our chain drives, and everything in there is fully sealed and running in an oil bath. We use triple seal heavy duty bearings. These are normally used in other industries such as quarrying and mining industries, so some of the hardest working industries in the world. They are fully sealed in there, so there's no dust, no abrasion, and this means that your bearings last for longer. We've put single point greasing on the top of each side of the bucket, so this means for operators that the greasing can be done very simple and very quickly. On this particular bucket you have 8 greasing points for each side, and if you had to access directly to the bearing, this task would take a lot longer, and especially if the bucket has been run, there'd be dirt and contamination all down within the bearings and around the bearings, so it would be a mammoth task to clean the bearings and try and get everything ready to be able to grease. So this has left this very, very simple. 1 minute would grease the entire bucket. So for operators, this means it's a very simple task to do every day, whereas if they have to grease every bearing individually, the bearings may not get greased at all. Because we have left it so simple, this will be done every day. We call this our oil bath. This is where all the important stuff is in the bucket. So you have your drive chain, you have your sprockets, you have your bearings, all sitting housed in here, fully sealed. There is also oil in here, hence why we call it the oil bath. So your chain and sprockets is running at all times. This is to prevent wear prematurely or chain stretching. Because it's fully sealed, this stops dirt and contaminants from getting in there and also wearing parts prematurely. This is why our bucket is so low maintenance. The running costs are a lot less and less chance of a breakdown. So you can have 100% confidence as an operator using the bucket every day, or as a dealer supplying a top grade product to your customers. Another one of the unique points about the DIFCO All-Star Screening Bucket is this is a standard polyurethane star, and this is our polyurethane star. So as you can see, not only is it bigger, but it also has extra wear tips. So this means that your polyurethane star can last longer. This also allows us to offer a wider variety of screening sizes, so we can go from 8mm right up to 40mm just by interchanging the stars. These are extremely hard wearing polyurethane, and if you do happen to break one, which is very, very unlikely, they're very easy to remove from the solid steel shaft that they're mounted on. Each star is individual, so you can replace the one that is broken. To change the size of the screening aperture is also very simple. You remove the stars and add extra spacer collars. This is our own polyurethane star, as I've stated before. They've got the extra wear tips, and these are mounted on a 40mm solid steel shaft that is CNC machined. This means you can run for longer, for years of trouble-free service for both operators and dealers alike.